Okay, so if we put the next few problems in decimals, 5, 6, 7, and 8, this is how you would do it. Decimals. Y1 and Y2. Problem number 5. The left side goes in first. That's negative 5 parentheses. 3x plus 1, close parentheses, and then Y2, negative 4x, negative 3 minus x. Okay, so then you look at where you cross, and if you want to zoom out to see where the lines cross, you can. All right, so they cross close to here, and even if you just tap it once, the dot will come up, and then you click it again, and it'll give you the actual point. So it crossed at 4, negative 65, and we only need the x. So the answer for problem number 5 is just x equals 4, which is D. Problem number 6. In decimals, we type both of them in again, and I want you to hit the little house button because it takes you back to the home screen, and you're not zoomed out too much or zoomed in too much. So 9 parentheses, 1.1 x, and on the other one, negative 0.6. Okay, so then you look at where they cross. They cross right here. You tap it, and it's 2.34. So you look at the answer choices. 2.34 is C. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Every time we get to a griddable question, you guys stop and you don't ever answer it, and I don't know why. I don't want you to get scared of them. I want you to look at it, put it in decimals, Y1, Y2, get the answer. So, take the ones off that you have there. Type negative 3 minus 3.4 and then on the other side, parentheses plus 4.5. Okay, and then you see it right here, so you click on it, and the answer is negative 2.75. So you just bubble it in. Now the question earlier was, hey, pay attention. The question earlier was, how do I bubble it in here? Can I put it in the front? Do I have to put it in the back? Where do I put it? It doesn't matter, okay? Negative 2 point what? Can be right here, and you bubble them, or you can have negative 2.75 at the end and bubble it. It doesn't matter. Or you can have it in the middle. I don't care. Problem 8. Let's put that in decimals. Problem number 8, negative 1 minus 2 parentheses, 1 plus 4x, close parentheses, and y2. I'm going to get mad at y'all for talking while I'm talking. Tap where it crosses and it's negative 1. So then you bubble it, right? So the next ones, let's skip to number 12 because you need to put that in decimals as well. If you want to do it by hand, you can. Distribute first, combine like terms, move the smallest variable, C do. But if you still can't do that, problem number 12, you put the whole thing together. You don't separate them. Why do you not separate them? Because there's an inequality in the middle that you need to type in between both things. Okay? So let's put it in decimals real quick. Negative 3 parentheses, 5x plus 6, close parentheses. Type the inequality symbol. If you have to hit the home button so it can go back to normal, then do that. Okay, type the inequality symbol in the middle right there, which is greater than or equal to. And then finish it off, 4x plus 39. Okay, so it graphs this, and the answer is the x, where it crosses the x. Okay, so it crosses it at -3. And then you look at the x-axis. Look at the x-axis and look at the arrows when you go to the right or when you go to the left. This is the symbol that I want in my answer. And it needs to have a line underneath because this is a solid line. Okay? So it's less than or equal to -3. Let's go look at the answer choices. Remember I told you less than or equal to. X always goes on the left. The number always goes on the right. So the answer is C. Oh, D because it's pointing the wrong way. I know. D because it's pointing to the left. All right. Number 9, 10, and 11, those are solving literal equations, so we need to make sure that we know how to do C do. Write it down. C do. And look at the answer choices. What are they all solved for? They're all solved for y, so you need to be asking yourself, what do you see happening with the y? So what do you see happening with the y? What is the y doing? It's being multiplied by 2, and they added 3x. So when you solve it, you're going to do the opposite. You're going to go from the bottom up. So let's start 3x plus 2y equals 4. Step number 1 is to subtract 3x from both sides. So minus 3x minus 3x. Do you combine these two? No, because one has an x, the other one doesn't. So you just write it like you hear it. And it says 4 minus 3x, so you're going to write 4 minus 3x. Bring down the 2y equals. And then the last step is to do what? What's the last step? Divide by 2 everywhere. So divide this by 2, divide this by 2, divide this by 2, cancel the 2. Do you see that answer up there? Do you see that answer up there? No, so you have to actually divide. What's 4 divided by 2? 2. And what's -3 divided by 2? In the calculator, -3 divided by 2 in the calculator. Math, enter, enter. -3 divided by 2, math, enter, enter. -3 over 2x. Okay, so look at which one looks like that. B is the one that looks like it because the 3/2 is negative and the 2 is positive. Okay? Problem number 10. Let me make it bigger. I know, reviews are so boring when you don't play games. All right, so number 10, it says solve the formula A equals B over C for B. So I'm solving for B, but what's wrong with the C right now? Oh no, there's nothing wrong with the C. Let's write C do. What is happening with the B? Being divided by C. So what am I going to do? Multiply both sides by C. So let me rewrite it. I have A equals B over C. To get rid of C, you have to multiply both sides by C. So you end up with CA equals B. Or AC equals B. Okay, the order doesn't matter. You can put the C first or you can put the A first. It's the same thing. Okay, the last one, number 11. This is the one that's a little bit tricky, so I need you to really pay attention. It's solving for C, but what is the C doing right now? It's at the bottom. So you cannot tell me that it's being divided by B because it's not being divided by B. The C is dividing the B. So I have to get rid of that C first, move it to the other side so I don't want that fraction. So what we're going to do first is multiply both sides by C. Because I don't want the C at the bottom. I don't want that fraction. Okay? So I end up with CA equals 3B. And I want to solve for C. So C do. What is happening with the C now? What's the C doing? Multiplying by A. So we're going to divide by A. So divide this side by A, divide this side by A. That leaves me the C by itself, 3B over A, and we're done. The answer is B. Make sure that you study for tomorrow's test.